Well, if you again go deeper, how does it work? So our healing modality, which I have created myself since 1999, is based on the ancient Asian systems, which I've also learned a lot from my mentors, because I have 4 mentors and teachers who had given me their own ways of healing. And I'm really grateful to them for giving me the fundamentals of the energy medicine and healing sciences, which I have improved a lot, looking at how practical can be used so that people can participate rather than just be passive observers. They can participate with the exercise. We combine the breathing techniques in meditation and yoga, and I revise it so that it can adapt to different health conditions. Because there are many meditation and breathing that's not suited for many kinds of diseases. And most people think that it should be the same for everyone. That's another mistake. There are at least 33 hidden dangers of meditation and yoga and breathing science that we need to be careful. Because a person with hypertension, he or she needs a different kind of breathing and meditation from a person who is depressed and who is depleted. So congestions, you need more cleansing breath work and healing, more decongesting strategy. If you're depleted and fatigued and accelerated aging, then you need more accelerated energizing and empowerment of vitality and substance. If you are combined, congested on the head, so you're having migraine, or if you have tumor in the brain, and the person is very depleted with adrenal fatigue and also depleted sexually, or their legs are wobbling and very weak because they're older clients. So you have 2 cases in one person, congestion and depletion. Or a person has cancer, and we deal with the side effects of chemotherapy and other kinds of severe medication. So that will also be another session than just healing the cancer, the side effects of treatment and the traumas of the surgery, for example. Or people are going to surgery, so they ask us for help to heal them, to prevent infection or negative side effects of their traumatic experience or the side effects of being cut, because there are energetic disconnections and energetic scars when people have surgery. Like I've been healing a lot of people with C-section. So a lot of them have weakness in the legs after C-section, or deciding to have less libido or sexual urges, and deciding to have less romantic life. So I usually work on the disconnected meridians near the tummy to the sexual area, so that there's an energetic reconnection. So when you cut the physical body, there are meridians that are invisible that supplies energy to different parts of the body, organs, and they get sometimes blocked. So there's some side effects on the continuous flow of energy. So sometimes we repair them. So it's not just that the organs are restored back or that they remove your uterus and ovary with hysterectomy or tabso. You need to repair the damages, energetically speaking. Because as you have also physical scars, you have also energy scars, which can bring a lot of problems in other parts of the organ that's related to that removed organ. For example, if I look at the energy of the ovaries, it's connected to the nipples and to the thyroid and to the eyes and to the toes. So if there's a slicing of the abdominal area or the uterus and ovary area, it tends to affect the thyroid and the nipples and the toes meridians. So when that is disconnected through cutting of the energy, that will pose a lot of problems eventually to the thyroid. So that's why a lot of people with ovary problems, they sometimes have problem with the thyroid issues. So, or metabolic processes, they gain weight also. The thyroid slows down. So there's a lot of hidden secrets of health management that is included in our heal plan that is not included in normal healings and also in normal modern medicine. That's why I can claim it like a holistic approach, not just because you're eating all the good food for your brain, for your guts, your probiotic, or it's good for your autophagy because you're intermittent fasting, or of course I've studied also all of those. I studied deeply the modern medicine in a sense of my own self-study, what the doctors know and what the scientists know, what the epidemiologists know, what the virologists say about COVID-19. We studied that also a lot, and what's the latest ones, and what the doctors are using for treating COVID-19 and its comorbidity. We also studied that because I'm not fanatical. I'm a scientist myself. I'm an esoteric scientist, so I have to study everything that can be studied in the market and see the pros and cons of everything. Plus, I've studied many healing modalities and look at what they're doing and what they're not doing. So I have improved a lot my system based on my previous teachers' fundamentals of energy, medicine, and healing, and look at the upgraded version, like any software. If the hardware has to be improved, the software has to be improved. If you improve the software, you improve also the hardware. Same with the healing sciences. You need to both improve the physical hardware of the system, the vitality, which is the battery. Long life battery is better than short life battery in your computer or cell phone. Plus the software has to be upgraded if you want to upgrade a more miraculous approach to healing. And of course, the antenna to your soul has to be more established, your modem, so that there's more signals from your spiritual energy and your soul to bring more purpose and inspiration and intuition and wisdom to your life so that you do not make mistakes. It is the many mistakes of people that makes them suffer. It's not just the wrong food. Many people are stressed financially, emotionally, relationship-wise, mentally, because of blunders or big mistakes that they're still paying for after 20 years of those big mistakes. So sometimes this cause of anger, frustration, stress, depressions are not chemical only. It's not about your hormonal. Those are just side effects. But the inner cause are sometimes more of our own character and personality weaknesses. So if you don't correct that, you might remove the problem of the ovary, but another problem will come in as a side effects of a wrong gesture of life. If you're always angry, if you're always imagining the negative results, and you still always have anxiety and you have panic attacks because of that, you're programmed and habitual in thinking of negative end games and negative consequences rather than being positive to look at the positive results of your life. So those can be rectified and corrected by energetic reprogramming, healing your past, disintegrating the roots of your negativity from your past. So we can also go as far as your conception, your parents' development before they conceive you. We can go as far as your lineage karma, your ancestral karma, and your birth also, and your mother's pregnancy with you. So we do a lot of so much details that you need to be trained for many years to go for all these details. But if you are starting only to specialize on COVID-19, for example, there's a certification for COVID-19 and healing its side effects, then you focus only on that. But if you want to specialize on depression, anxiety, burnout, and sleep disorders, then you need longer training, at least a year, to do that. But if you're dealing with HIV and AIDS, you can deal with 6 months training. If you're dealing only on ADHD, ADD, and learning disorders, you can have 6 months training. So we have at least 58 specializations that you can learn. And if you were a doctor, you can also be certified in our HEALplan. If you are an engineer or a lawyer, if you have an inner calling to become a server and through healing works and light work, you can also apply for certification if you are not a patient. So there's a place for almost everyone in our HEALplan using our healing science. Another follow-up question that facts that usually people ask me, it's like, how does it work? As I said, we work a lot on the human aura in different layers, not only one. It's not just the prana that people in yoga does. We work on all your physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual auras and energy centers, your chakras in all levels. And we don't work only on the 7 chakras or 7 centers of energy that controls your glands and organs. We work on more than 12 at the personality level. And even if you are advanced, then we work at the soul level, all the chakras of the soul, which is at least 6 or even 8, depends on your level of development. Of course, we know also the minor and mini chakras of the different organs, like your liver would have 3 chakras, your lungs have 5, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Even your thymus gland, which is the one responsible for T3, T4, and T8 production, your soldiers and killer cells, you have 3, 1 minor and 2 mini. Of course, your appendix have 1 mini. Your fingers have mini chakras in your toes. And your palm, your soles of the feet have minor ones. Your intestine have 3, plus the rectum chakra. So we have mapped totally your energy anatomy, more than any probably healing schools have done. I've been very thorough since I'm a scientist. I'm an engineer, but now I'm more re-engineering people's energetic aspect. And I'm a martial arts master and a healer and meditation expert. So I combine all of these components to make sure that all the aspects of health can be covered. Plus, I'm an expert on third eye and ESP and psychic powers. That's part of my books, authored by me. I have 12 books, so I put a lot of the components of my teachings into the healing work. So at the end, the patient or the client becomes a student of life, and they become a seeker for a higher truth, and they become also practitioners, eventually helping others because they have become wiser, and also they become more mature and seasoned in their journey of life. So these are all how it works. It's not like the person is patient forever. They might be a patient or a client for a few months, then they start to become awakened, they start to become more mature and seasoned and become stronger and wiser, and they are becoming teachers to others and coaches to others. So that's how we transfer the skill sets and the wisdom and the philosophy. They get so involved in their own health and life, and they're starting to see that these should be taught to others, and they wanted to become teachers, healers, specialists, coaches, mentors, and eventually the head of a specialized department. So we invite everyone who is listening, who are not really sick, who are not patient, who are not suffering from anything serious, that consider also being a specialist, so you can earn from the specialized field. You can grow with the development and self-improvement, and you can master yourself eventually and serve, and you call it even self-mastery or the path of enlightenment. All right, good luck to everyone. And as I said, this is a very important component of our services, but we have many other components like self-education and self-mastery workshops. We have almost 100 classes geared towards self-improvement, self-care, and self-mastery. And we use many facets of our training to suit different people. There are 8 types of clients and 8 types of patients. The Mother Teresa would need a different approach at first than the George Bush or the St. Peter or the Moses type of patient. So different patients have different approaches to their health, and different weaknesses and their blind spots are totally different from each other. So we have to evaluate the patient and the client first under what classification and what kind of temperaments. So from there we can approach them in a faster way than an average or in a general way. We do not approach general and like one fits all kind of approach. We detect your immediate needs first, urgent, important. Then we go to the important and long-term needs. So it's a very curriculum-based healing and a scientific approach as far as esoteric science is concerned. And we do it with wisdom, with philosophy, with principles, with values added to the patient and to the client, and the highest level possible that the patient would need for their next step. All right, good luck to everyone. And hopefully we can collaborate together, not just as patients or clients, but as trainers to be, as specialists to be, as healers to be, as a healing scientist, if you want the healing sciences, or even as a seeker in the path, if you want to approach. Say one of my greatest, I think, achievements in the healing service is the healing of the dark night of the soul of humanity. This is getting bigger and bigger, even especially as you grow to a more advanced soul. You will have the dark night in different phases of your life to awaken you to a new level where the soul wants you to be. So a lot of the dark night of the soul is not just for normal humanity, but for more advanced soul humanity. And especially with this COVID time, there's more time to have introspection, to have self-audit, to have self-retreat and renewal. So people have started to discover that they have a new life to pursue, not the old life. So the new best normal is not just about going back to work or going back to business as usual. It's really doing it with the conscience in business, with more wisdom in leadership, and also the balancing aspect of the 5 areas of life, and everything that they did not do before, they want to do now with self-respect, with more respect to others, with more integrity and dignity, and with more value-centered leadership. So this is like a time of big changes and awakening of humanity, especially the more advanced souls, because this is the time to prove to oneself that life is not just about money and material resources and success with more cars and more investments. It's about really investing into your soul, growing your soul, investing in good karma equity so you can harvest a good life at the end because you have enough good karma bank account equity and you can harvest it and entitle it to the fruits of your good labor. All right, good luck to everyone and welcome to HEALplan. Heal every aspect of your life. It is reinventing, it's reinventing healthcare and through healing sciences and energetic components of holistic approach of self-care. Good luck to everyone. Blessings.